none of them are radical enough for the present day.
Jacque, can you say more about the desirable mindset of a future person, goal setting, non-competitiveness?
Well, the mindset of future people will be quite different. First of all, a lot of people ask me, will people be alike in the future? Yes, they will. They'll be against war, all of them. They'll be against contaminating the environment. They'll be pro meeting people from different countries without being bigoted or prejudiced. So they'll be alike in those areas. There's nothing the matter with being sanely alike.
Well, you're getting a lot of great reception from the people. They're very happy to be hearing from you. Look here at C. We've been over the educational issue. How would you go about bringing the Venus Project to Africa?
I wouldn't concern myself with bringing the Venus Project to Africa. Once we get established, once we build our first cities and invite people from all over the world to come and look at this demonstration of a city that works well, an educational system, what we have to do is build the first experimental city to test the validity of the Venus Project. And if there are any imperfections, areas that don't work too well, we'll modify them. In other words, the Venus Project is established. It's an emergent society, meaning that all things change. There are no utopias, no final frontiers. We're always undergoing development and change. Whereas you see movies on the future, Star Wars, people killing each other with laser weapons, robots wrecking things. This isn't science. This is abuse, public abuse, making movies like that. When I was a kid, all the movies were cowboy pictures, and they never solved problems. They took out two guns and solved the problem with guns. And guns meant power in the old days, and still means power to the ignoramus today that hunts animals and uses guns. They think it's fun because they know nothing else. They don't know of any other system. It's not that they're bad. They just don't know. And schools do not educate people. There's more propaganda in universities than there is information. And the information is to make you a doctor, a lawyer, a chemist, an engineer. In the future you won't do that with people. That's abusive. You make them generalists so they understand psychology, human behavior, sociology, how we get to be the way we are, what creativity is. They learn how the brain works. And they learn how culture shapes people. And they design a culture to shape people and bring out the best in every human being. When I use the best, the words, I'm talking about a relevant education that teaches us to take care of the environment. That is not to dump toxic material in the rivers and waves or pollute the air. That's what I mean by a relevant education, not what some person believes is good for people. A relevant education is to take care of this world. It's the best thing we have. If we abuse it, we will lose it.
Okay. There are some people have to refresh their page. Hello from Spain. One question. How do you see people's alimentation? I mean about being vegetarian and all that stuff.
Well, Hitler was a vegetarian. and I would say that it isn't what you eat so much. I'm more concerned with the mind of man. If he eats vegetables or organic food, he's less apt to get cancer and other diseases, no question about it. But remember, our nation sells cigarettes and it pushes it, and alcohol and beer, and we know that that produces a lot of automobile accidents. And we know that tobacco produces cancer. It's known. Why does the government do it? Because there's a lot of taxation and profit in it. Do you understand that? Your government doesn't give a damn about you. Otherwise, neither does industry. They would never outsource if they cared about the American people. They would never send jobs to China. Obviously, all they look at is the profit margin. If it's going up, good. And this is all people are looking for. What's in it for me? You're brought up in a what's in it for me culture.